when it comes down to it, what are some of the traits of good sales managers and why do you need to know? I'm Sylvan Bell. I'm coming to you live from Sacramento, California on a perfect day to talk about sales and a perfect day to talk about good sales managers. And in video number one, this is video number one, we're going to talk about that they're willing to coach you up. Now, for some reason, I've seen this happen before where there are managers that they think like whatever their knowledge is pure gold and they lock it away in a box and they're not willing to help anybody. And their whole thing is, my job is to drive numbers, your job is to learn, and your job is to go figure out what you got to do to close deals. And the tough thing about that is, especially if you're new to sales, especially if you're struggling, is you can't always see outside of your picture frame. You can't always see outside of what's going on for you. So a good sales manager is willing to have the conversation with you and say, like, look, this is time for you to have this lesson. It's a coming of age for you as a salesperson. It's time for us to have this sales conversation to teach you the lesson you need to learn. And you know, a well-versed sales manager knows that like there's different grade levels of salespeople, and some people need the kindergarten sales lesson, and some people need the first grade, and some people need the junior high, and some people can get up to the high school and the college and then the graduate program. But what you're going to find is there's some patience with people who know how to teach. There's some humility with people who know how to teach because they've been there before. They've seen that. So a good sales manager sometimes will pull you in and say, hey, look, let's just have the conversation. Role play with me for a couple of minutes. You know, I role play with people all day long. I get phone calls all day long. And people will say, hey, Scott, this is what I went through. Role play this with me, and I'll role play with them. Right? It's a good place to be. Some places from all over the country, people will call me. Hey, Scott, I need some help. I'm not their manager, not their business owner. But it's a good role to have because here's the thing. One of the things that you're going to find is that when you can teach a subject well, that means that you're well versed in it. That means that you know what you're doing. So a challenge for you is whatever you're struggling with and whatever lesson that you're getting from a coach, from a mentor, from a manager, create a lesson plan for it. Because here's what's going to happen. At some point, you're going to be around somebody who's going to be struggling too. And it could be that opportunity for you to say, hey, like, look, I've been through this before. I've got a lesson plan. And this is where like Google Drive and OneDrive and like cloud-based storage really is your favorite, okay? So like you find a cloud company, whatever of the hundreds that there are out there. You create a document, 1, 2, maybe 3 pages. That's about as much as you need. You outline a lesson plan. You load it up into the cloud that you paid for in advance or that's free and it's never going to go away. And then the cool thing is, what happens is when somebody's struggling, you're like, hold on, let me go to the cloud, let me pull it down, instant lesson, okay? So it's a lesson today within a lesson. So it's a twofer. It's a twofer sales lesson. But the reason why you can find a sales manager that is really good is they're willing to teach. They're willing to have the conversation. They're willing to be patient. And when you have a manager like that, it's your job, it's your responsibility to learn from them, but it's also your job to implement because you know you can fall for that trap of saying, hey, I just need more coaching, but coaching only works when you're implementing. Good. There you go. So you got one thing to do from here, just one thing. Find the subscribe button and click on it, and every time I send out a video, you may get an update if you click on the bell too. We'll see you soon. Thanks for dropping by. Aloha.